Welcome to today's Explainer. We are breaking down Manchester United's absolutely massive, multi-front transition. We're looking at a club that is aggressively rebuilding its identity, literally from the ground up, under their full-time manager, Michael Carrick. Between what's happening on the pitch, the high-stakes chess matches in the transfer market, and the incredibly ambitious plans for a brand new stadium, wow, there is just a lot to unpack today. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. First, the Carrick era begins. Second, the transfer market hunt. Third, building New Trafford. And fourth, the bigger picture.
Section 1. The Carrick era begins.
We've got to start our analysis right on the pitch, right? Michael Carrick has fully earned that manager's seat after a remarkably strong finish to last season. And right out of the gate, he's making his philosophy crystal clear by prioritizing a young, dynamic squad. To support player welfare and drastically reduce travel fatigue, which is a huge deal, this year's preseason is based entirely in Europe. And let me tell you, the squad is carrying some serious momentum. After kicking things off with a massive 5-0 thrashing of Rosenborg, where the young stars absolutely shined, today brings a really tough test, a clash against Atletico Madrid in Stockholm. Carrick is named a 23-man squad, and get this, it incredibly features 15-year-old prodigy JJ Gabriel. Looking ahead, Yuri Tillemans and Sen Lambs are resting after World Cup duty, preparing to reintegrate for the upcoming match against PSG before closing out the tour against Leeds and AC Milan.
Section 2. The Transfer Market Hunt. So despite already securing 5 summer signings, the club's business is far from over. The recruitment team and Carrick have clearly identified left-back as a critical vulnerability. As it stands, Luke Shaw is the sole senior option in that position, and honestly, that is simply not enough depth for a club with serious European ambitions. To fix this, they've identified 21-year-old England international Lewis Hall as their absolute prime target. He fits the exact profile they want, you know? He's young, he already has vital Premier League experience, and he represents a solid long-term solution. In fact, United have internally approved him as an ideal addition and are reportedly considering a formal approach.
But here's the catch. If he's the ideal addition, and the player fits the exact profile they need, why is landing him proving to be such a massive, complicated hurdle?
Well, simply put, Newcastle United hold all the cards right now. Having recently sold key players like Anthony Gordon and Sandro Tonali for nearly £170 million, and with Bruno Guimaraes likely heading to Arsenal, the Magpies are flush with cash. They are under absolutely zero financial pressure to sell anyone else, and they're desperate to hold on to their remaining stars. This means a transfer requires a perfect storm. United has to negotiate brilliantly, and Hall himself will likely have to actively push for the move and explicitly tell Newcastle he wants out.
If United are going to successfully pull off this heist, it's believed an astronomical bid in the neighborhood of £60 million will be required just to break Newcastle's resolve. I mean, $60 million. That is a massive investment, but it really highlights exactly how critical this missing piece is to Carrick's system.
Elsewhere in the market, things are getting a bit creative. There's a lot of talk regarding a potential player exchange with Juventus involving Joshua Zirkzee heading out and 23-year-old winger Francisco Conceicao coming in. Both United and Liverpool have made inquiries for Conceicao, who Juventus might sell for somewhere between £34 and £42 million. Now, a straight striker replacement isn't actually a high priority right now because Benjamin Sesko is stepping up his return from injury and the club is really happy with him. So that makes this potential winger swap an incredibly intriguing strategic pivot.
And just to quickly wrap up the backroom rumors on the goalkeeper front, the agent for Paraguay's Orlando Gill confirmed an initial inquiry was made by United, but that move is now highly unlikely to proceed after the club officially secured Karl Darlow.
Moving on to Section 3, Building New Trafford.
Okay, zooming out from the pitch and the transfer rumors to the macro level, the sheer scale of the Wharfside Masterplan is staggering. This isn't just a sports venue upgrade. It is a massive, city-altering regeneration project. We're looking at a 100,000-seat stadium, yes, but look beyond the pitch. This project is projected to create 48,000 new jobs, build 15,000 new homes, and generate a jaw-dropping £7.3 billion annually for the UK economy. It's truly monumental.
Internally dubbed New Trafford, the proposed stadium is an absolute architectural marvel. It'll be located just 350 meters northwest of the current ground. Environmentally, it features a massive umbrella structure meant to harvest both solar energy and rainwater. Aesthetically, it will boast 3 iconic masts visible from up to 40 kilometers away, entirely dominating the local skyline. And yes, once completed, it will officially dwarf Wembley as the largest stadium in all of England.
Now, for fans worried about how this disrupts their matchday routine, the logistics are surprisingly seamless. Step 1 is a projected 5-year construction period. During that entire time in Step 2, the team will continue playing their home games right next door at the historic 115-year-old Old Trafford. Only when the new fortress is entirely complete in Step 3 will the ultimate fate of the historic ground finally be decided.
Despite the billions of pounds and the towering, state-of-the-art statistics, the club's mindset is very clear. Colette Roche, the CEO of Stadium Development, stated, "We are committed to building a world-class stadium with our supporters, not simply for them. It's a really clear effort to keep the fans and the community at the very heart of this historic transition."
Section 4. The bigger picture.
Looking at the totality of this project, it's undeniably clear that Manchester United is aggressively moving in a bold, synchronized new direction on every single front. They have an empowered new manager at the helm, a youth-focused squad being strategically rebuilt with precision targets in the transfer market, and a literal 100,000-seat fortress preparing to rise from the ground. So the ultimate question is, with all of these pieces moving into place, is Manchester United finally ready to conquer Europe again? With the transfer window remaining open until September 1st, there are bound to be more twists and turns. Leave us your thoughts on this final question down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more explainers as we count down to the start of the Premier League season. Thanks for joining me, and keep learning.